Cloud. Hi there, I'm Chris Clements.
And I'm Jill Carney.
And we are your kiddos' teachers for AP Capstone Seminar course. So we're going to share our screen and show you some slides that we've put together for you. Okay.
So this is a 2-year program. The first year is AP Seminar, which is what your children are enrolled in right now. The first year seminar has team presentations, an individual research-based essay presentation, and an end of course exam. There's a second year program that is 1 year of a complete independent research academic paper and an oral presentation of in defense of that. Once they have finished that successfully, then they will be awarded with the AP Capstone Diploma.
And they also have to have 4 other AP courses and exams that have been taken at any point in their high school career to get that AP Capstone Diploma. So let's talk about how we'll do this. The students will be reading articles and researching information, doing research studies. They will read foundational, literary, and philosophical texts. They will learn how to document properly. After reading all of this information, they will be viewing and listening to speeches, broadcasts, podcasts, personal accounts. They will experience artistic works and performances, and they will find all of these items are part of what will end up forming how they do their second semester work.
So the overall part of this seminar program is we start with one sample theme. We've begun that this year with our study of justice, and it's a very broad topic, and we're beginning to listen to a podcast about a young man who was convicted of his former girlfriend's murder back in 2000. And we're just going to break it down and use all of the skills that they need to apply for their actual presentations and reports through this sample theme. We'll do so with the inquiry framework, which includes questioning, understanding, analyzing, synthesizing, and teamwork. They will learn to look at every topic through a different lens or a different perspective. Whether it be historical, socioeconomic, religious, a variety of different ways of looking at the same topic to analyze in order to synthesize their findings. We will work in Socratic seminars. They will learn to optic, which is to evaluate images, which is something that they will have to do when they take their end of course exam. And they will learn to Raven, which is how to evaluate the reliability of their sources.
As you can tell, there are a lot of acronyms in this coursework, so
we're still learning
we
them.
still have to think about what they mean. Task 1 is what they will spend the first semester working upon. It involves an individual research report, which is what IRR is, and it is 1,200 words plus or minus about 10% on a topic that is voted upon by the students, and they rank it. Jill and I end up putting them in groups together who will all take a different lens and write a research report on it. The TMP is short for Team Multimedia Presentation and Defense. It is a group will get together and spend 8 to 10 minutes. That time window is negotiable to a certain extent, but in general, we try to keep them to 8 to 10 minutes. And at the end of their presentation, each student will then be asked an oral defense question. And from there, we end up scoring them based upon how they performed in their TMP. Jill and I do that scoring. The College Board does the scoring of the IRR.
The second task is their individual written argument, their IWA. And this is, you'll find that everything we do builds upon itself. So task one with their IRR and their TMPs prepares them for task two, which is a 2,000 word written argument. And their topics come from a packet that the AP distributes to them in January. And there may be 13 sources, 14 sources. Some may be pieces of artwork for them to view in Optic. Some may be podcasts. Some may be speeches. Some may be parts of fictional literature. It can be a variety of things, but every piece of the stimulus packet has some common theme. And so the students will look at it and find the theme that they feel is what's there, and then they'll begin to research from a particular lens on an argument that they would like to make based on that theme. So they have a lot of freedom in that topic with regards to what the AP puts out in January.
Okay. And it is January of each year. We just forgot to change it from January of 21.
Yes.
It will be January of 22. All righty. Task two also involves an individual multimedia presentation, or the IMP. Each student will present a 6 to 8 minute presentation. Each student will then defend their presentation with a couple of, oral defense questions that Jill and I pose. Again, it's scored by me and Jill, and their IWA is scored by the College Board.
So like I said before, everything builds upon itself. We practice with our first justice theme. They have their IRRs and TMPs, again, all our acronyms, and alphabet soup is what we call it. And then their task two with their IWA leads in preparation to the end of course exam. And so that's what they'll take in May during all of the AP testing. The first part of the exam is 30 minutes long. They're given one source and they are to analyze an argument using evidence. They identify what the author's argument is, the main purpose, the line of reasoning, any type of different perspective, the evidence that is presented and how effective that is for their argument. So everything they've done all year leads up to this part of the exam in May.
And then the second part of the exam, which is a 90-minute portion, they are given 4 sources, and the students build their own arguments using at least 2 of the 4 sources, so they do not have to use all of them. Each source will explore a common theme through some different perspective. Again, those perspectives are what they've been using throughout the year. We call them lenses in the course, but they're perspectives. They write a logically organized, well-reasoned argument that presents their own perspective on whatever the theme or issue they've identified is. So all that to say that they are scored on the IRR, the TMP, the IWA, the IMP, and the end of course exam.
EOC. So they, it's a lot of independent work. It is, it's very different from other AP classes. They have a lot of fun. They're in my classroom every day, and I've started the year getting them into the theme of justice. They're on Chris Clements's J Campus roster as her teacher of record, but we will co-teach it at the same time. So you'll see and hear both of our names, and that's why we co-teach, but we're kind of going from one group to the next.
And we're right across the hall from each other, so it works out perfectly. All right. Thank you so much for joining us in our virtual back to school night, and I hope you enjoyed the lack of traffic.
Yes. Sorry we can't meet you in person. If you have any questions, just find us and email. We're here and happy to help out. We're having a good year so far.
Thank you.
Thank you.